Hi, I'm Chuck Wooden, and I'm joined by my co-hosts, Monique Melanson-Hunter, and you're watching the Veterans Corner.
Thank you, Chuck. If you haven't seen the Veterans Corner before, it's a show dedicated to our veterans, their families, and all those who give their support to our veteran community.
We have a special guest tonight, Mr. Craig Jordan from Goodwin College. Welcome.
Thank you very much.
Welcome, Craig. It's great to have you here. This is probably over the years, I think we're right around 109, 110 shows. You know, this one right here. And out of all those shows, we've had, I think, only one other college.
Wow.
It was the one down on Main Street down on in Hartford.
Oh.
Where the old D&L building.
Yeah.
And, you know, I feel bad, I can't remember, but that was many years ago. So it's great to have you here.
Thank you very much.
It really is.
I'm honored to be here.
Welcome to the show. Like I said, Mr. Jordan's from Goodwin College. He is the Veterans Coordinator at Goodwin College. I'm going to read a bio. Occasionally I'll put my glasses on. Mr. Jordan is a Vietnam veteran, Army veteran. He graduated from Providence College in 1968 and was commissioned an officer after completing ROTC program, the ROTC program. He served a tour in Vietnam in 1969 and used the GI Bill to complete his master's degree program. He also used the GI Bill to complete his 6-year degree in educational administration at UConn. He worked for 36 years in the East Hartford Public School System, where he retired as a principal at East Hartford High School in 2007. Once again, well, first of all, on behalf of the Veterans Corner and all the viewers, thank you for your service.
Thank you very much.
It's always an honor to have a Vietnam veteran on the show. Let's jump into it. I know we've got a lot of information to cover.
So, Mr. Jordan, my girlfriend Casey Mosier, she gave me your contact information, and she felt you would be what you do, your program at the college would be something that our viewers would be very interested in. So, can you tell me what are some of your career-focused programs at Goodwin College, and what makes them unique and different from other institutions that may offer other higher learning programs?
Okay. Well, first of all, the college is very unique. Right from the outset, because it is a career-focused college. You're not going to go to Goodwin College and study English or history or any liberal arts or anything of that nature. The key careers that come out of there and courses of study would be nursing, anything related to the medical field, background, general health, public health, phlebotomy, and it's incredible. Medical assistance, lab work, to Homeland Security.
Wow.
Yeah, there's a number, and our biggest growing area at the college right now is our manufacturing, our school of manufacturing and CNC manufacturing. And the unique part about that is also because of our school of manufacturing, it's attached right across the street to Pratt Whitney. So there's a connection for internships, programs. There are, and I will say, not to sell it, but there are a lot of schools now that have picked up on the need for manufacturing and manufacturing programs because of the need for employees. Yeah. But being connected to Pratt Whitney and having a lot of their instructors coming over and us working directly hand in hand with them, it puts us in a little different level than most schools.
Location.
Yeah, absolutely.
Location. I mean, you're right there. I mean, what better than Pratt Whitney?
Fantastic.
Absolutely.
Okay, can you share with the viewers what is the eligibility, for our veterans in the program?
Yeah, it's there's a number of different chapters that you could be eligible for. Most of the post 9/11 students that we have at Goodwin College come in one of two programs. One is what they call a vocational education or vocational rehab program. That is a chapter in which the veteran comes in, they qualify for the program, and with a voc rehab program, they would have to have some percentage of disability from the service. With that disability, it makes them acceptable for training, on-the-job training, in addition to the school that they're taking, the courses they're taking. The nice part about the vocational rehabilitation program is that there's no there's no end in sight in terms of how long you can use the benefits for. As long as you are in a planned program with a veteran advisor from the VA, you can stay in that particular program until you reach your degree. Now, most of the student veterans we have at Goodwin College, and I'm working with and supervising, are post 9/11 Chapter 33 veterans from post 9/11. So what happens with an individual coming out of service? What they will do is they will apply for benefits online through the VA, and that is all based on how much time they spent on active duty. The bottom line, the simplest way to remember it is, if you do 36 years, 36 months, 36 years, 36 years, you deserve to be in college. But if you do 36 months in the service, your college is going to get paid for. So they're going to cover you for entire 36 months, and each month you will get a stipend, or your school will get a stipend accordingly, and pretty much going to get paid for. If you are in the service or have been in the service for, say, 2 years, then you get a percentage of that. So it's all rated on that 36-month, 3-year active duty. And there are other programs I could go into which cover dependents or reserve National Guardsmen also. Those are on active duty. There's just a myriad of different programs. The simplest way for anyone to really take a look at it, if they're interested, is to contact the college. And we have a certifying official and myself. We sit down, we'll go over everything, soup to nuts, so they walk out of there with a really good explanation and understanding of what their benefits are.
And it's, just like we encourage when we have other guests on the show, and please take advantage of that. Later on in the show, we're going to give the information how you can contact Craig. Take advantage of it. One of my biggest regrets is, initially when you go to boot camp, I was in the Navy. And they offer the GI Bill right then and there, and it's a one-time shot. It's yes or no. If you sign no, you're done. At the age of 18, you're not thinking straight. I signed no, and that was one of my biggest regrets.
And we do have students coming out, and that's called the GI Bill, but it's a Montgomery Bill. And so they pay $100 a month while they were in the service. And as long as you do it for 1 year, then you're going to be covered for college. They will then back you up and cover you for the time that you're in school.
It's a great program.
It is a great program.
Can you tell us, what does it mean to be identified as a military-friendly school?
Okay, a military-friendly school is based on criteria that is put out by what is Victory Media Incorporated. They're attached to the federal government, and they go around and they do ratings of each of the schools, and they'll rate them on programming for veterans, admissions requirements, graduation rates, things of this nature. So there's academic courses and what they're taking, what are offered, the various plans I just mentioned, the chapters, what do you have available in your school. For instance, like you have, in addition to the 9/11 bills I just mentioned, we are also a yellow ribbon school, which means in addition to the GI Bill, if you exhaust your GI Bill and in the course of study, your yellow ribbon can kick in, where Goodwin College will pay half your tuition and the VA will pay the other half.
Wow.
So those are the things that set us apart, that set you in as a veterans-friendly school. It's very important for us to be veterans-friendly, and I think a lot of it has to do with what we're doing in growing the whole atmosphere in campus. I don't want to say when I got there it didn't exist, but we have expanded it with a lot of our programs, so it's very recognizable that you walk in there and all of a sudden, wow, it's Veterans Day, look what's going on around here. So that's very important to us.
Craig, can I ask you, with that in mind, is your school handicap accessible for some of our veterans that may be disabled?
Absolutely.
That's great, because I'm sure that is something that would be of some concern.
Absolutely,
So,
especially after the last
that's
20
great.
years. Even from Desert Storm. I mean, you know, I knew what I was trying to say. It just went, toosh.
I'm so sorry. Did you want to ask about the Distinguished Student Veteran Program?
You know what? I think I will.
Okay, that sounds great. How about
You know,
that, Craig?
when you sit there and you're going, you got all these thoughts
I'm
in your
his
head.
wingman.
And it's just, you know, there was a reason why, you know, we have a co-host
Yes,
now. It's
that's
to
right.
keep me in line. And she definitely earns.
I don't.
Thank you.
Okay.
Thank you.
Yeah. I earned my mug and I left it at home, Craig.
You
Unfortunately.
left your mug at home.
So-
But I've got one in the car for you. Distinguished Student Veteran Program. Can you touch base on that?
Sure. Actually, we're going to go into effect this, in June. June 6th will be our first enrollee, a list of enrollees from our students into the National Student Veterans Honor Society. Very, very few colleges have them. And what we have applied for it based on a lot of things I talked about, being a veterans-friendly school. We've been accepted into the National Honor Society. And so we'll be enrolling our first 12 distinguished students into the Veteran National Honor Society, Student Veteran National Honor Society in June. And it's based on their community involvement, veterans community involvement in the school with veterans programming, et cetera, a minimum of 3.5 GPA. We've extended it a little bit further than the national requirements. We require the students to have completed at least 50% of their degree program. And at national level, it's 25%. We just set the bar a little bit higher, but it's very distinguished, tremendous. We're excited about it. Hopefully it's just the tip of the iceberg when we get into the various distinguished programs we're going to be adding on, which it's going to be including a Veterans Center, which is in the process of we're organizing and getting together for the college, because the college is growing leaps and bounds. It's along the Connecticut River, and it's just magnificent what they're doing. And I've been a lifelong resident of East Hartford, and 5 years ago I wouldn't recognize the college right now.
Yeah.
5 years from now, it's going to be the same way. It's just
I'll be
growing
honest
leaps
with
and
you.
bounds.
I'd never heard of Goodwin College until I was pretty heavily involved with the American Legion for a period of time.
Okay.
And I know oratorical, they have the contest there. It's been there for many years.
Yeah.
And like I said, I never heard of it.
Right. And even with the programs, we run this Memorial Day, we'll be running essay contests with the high schools.
Yeah.
East Hartford High School and the River Academy in East Hartford. And our student veterans run the program. We receive the essays, they get judged, and then we go in, they'll do their reading at the school. Our veterans give a little presentation on themselves, a little bit on their background, and then they'll get a certificate and like a gold medallion from the school and whatnot.
Wow.
So they're great programs, they're great community programs, but we want to distinguish and we want to really set aside the community and get them involved in the programs.
Now, as you know, just to throw a question out there, you have a lot of events that go on. It's just a continuous thing. You know, I'd love to have you back. You know, the show's not over yet, but I just want to let you know that it'd be great to have you back to continue to give Goodwin the exposure they certainly deserve.
So, Craig, I was just curious. I know you mentioned about Goodwin College. Is it only located in East Hartford? Do you have are there any other branches? Or is it on the one that you could see from the highway?
That's the main campus. You'll see it
Okay.
on the highway. That's the
Okay.
one main campus. They do have buildings and facilities on Main Street, along Main Street, and elsewhere very close to the college itself, but even up on Burnside Avenue, which is the own Stone Academy, but they're still associated with and tied in with Goodwin College, but that's the focal point. They do, when you talk about the various programs that they have, they're very flexible also because of the fact that they have online courses.
Right.
Yep.
So you can take out your courses online.
Yeah, that's very good.
On campus, or hybrid courses. So you have a combination of take your courses online for a couple weeks and then come in and see the professor the following week. So they're very flexible, and it's geared really towards the working individual, the career person, the family member.
That's great.
The husband or wife who are working full-time jobs, have their kids. That's the beauty of the college
It is
also.
wonderful. It really is, because I think that flexibility is important. because most people are going to have a full-time job, so they want to extend their education in our veteran community, and they want to be able to do this. It's great to be able to have that flexible schedule and come in the evenings or do it online, like you said, and come in to see their professor when they want to. But I think that's great. And it's a beautiful building. And it's easy on and off access, right?
Oh, right
From
off,
the highway. It's
right off
really a
Route 2.
beautiful
Right off.
building.
Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, really beautiful.
Now, I know there's a lot of information that you have on the community outreach programs. You want to share with the viewers?
Sure. Yeah, and a lot of that was one of my original goals when I came on. I've been here for 2 years now, and it was to really enhance and get the community involved and make it recognizable as far as the veterans on campus. We have a big program coming up July 3rd, which is our Red, White, and Blue Day, big Veterans Day, actually July 4th picnic.
Yeah.
And you're welcome to come up to visit the campus. It's great. We'll have over 200 in attendance, and we're out in a tent there. And we will have the veterans from World War II, Korea, the post 9/11 veterans, our Vietnam veterans. So there'll be a series, American Legion, VFW. So that is really what our outreach program is all about in terms of getting out there, getting all the entire veteran community as well as the greater Hartford community involved with what's going on in our veterans programs. We run an Armed Forces Community Coffee House, which is the first Tuesday of every month. And there we will have someone from the VA who will come in and discuss benefits, veterans benefits. We have someone from the veterans community in town of East Hartford last came in as his new founded position as an officer, talked about the programs in the town of East Hartford. October 1st, mark it down, we have Gary Wright coming in, who is the world-renowned specialist on Agent Orange, and
Jerry's a regular on it.
Jerry's coming in.
Four or more times.
Jerry's coming in and doing an update.
He's leaving for Spokane, Washington in August.
Yeah, and he's really got a couple of bills, and
one just passed recently.
Yeah, and this is really what he's trying to do and attempting to do is eliminate the expiration date on some of these.
Right.
So he's coming in. We're excited about having him coming in. So I'm hoping we'll have a number of my brothers from the Vietnam veterans post 120 there, and so we should have a good crowd.
The job that he's done is I don't think there's words to describe what Jerry's done.
Yeah. But we do, we have Operation Gratitude, where we work with the elementary schools, and they'll send out letters to servicemen and women who were deployed overseas, cards and whatnot around the holiday time. So that's been always a very popular program. Number of different programs that we just get very involved. We're going to have a big 9/11 program, which we honor our post 9/11 veterans. This year, we were going to be honoring Sue Martucci from the
Connecticut Trees of God.
She's been on our show as well.
Oh yeah, she's the best.
We seem to know the same people.
Yeah, well, it's a community. It is. That's what it is, and we've embraced it, and we love every minute of it. And the college administration has been fantastic. They have not.
Wonderful.
And I'll put a plug in for them because they haven't said no, and I really don't expect them to say no to me in the near future.
So I do have a question.
Sure.
One of our last questions. We start to wind down, I guess. But we have. Can you touch on Goodwin College's Connecticut State Fallen Star Memorial? And I believe we have a little pamphlet about that, and it's being dedicated in November of this year.
That's our deadline, and I shouldn't say deadline, but that's what we're shooting for. But in 2014, Major General Harold Green from Aberdeen Proving Grounds was killed while on duty in Afghanistan. Prior to that, he was stationed at Aberdeen for years. They dedicated a Fallen Star Memorial to him in 2015. In 2016, I accompanied Congressman John Larson to the unveiling of the Gold Star Mother's statue that was attached to the monument itself. On the way back, it was the congressman's idea that, he just said, look, we need one of these in Connecticut, except it's going to be bigger and better. It's going to be dedicated to all our servicemen and women who have passed in the line of duty, to both of our fathers who were veterans. They came home, had their careers, but they've since passed on. They are fallen heroes. So we're adding on a male figure as well as a child. So we're going to accompany the whole family structure. Very universal in nature. It could be a father, brother, cousin, uncle, nephew, neighbor. So it's we're really excited about it, and we're hoping to unveil this November, somewhere around Veterans Day. It is in fabrication as we speak, and the ground has been broken right along Route 2 in East Hartford. Veterans of Foreign Wars Highway, by the way, which
Yes,
is perfect.
that's right. That's
and
right.
It'll be right on the Goodwin campus and very visible as you drive up
It
and down
is.
Route 2.
Yeah,
We're really excited about this.
Oh, that is
Very excited.
wonderful. I think that's something that we definitely need in that area too. I think that's great. I really do.
I just wrote down it'd be nice to have you back in the beginning of our fall rotation. We'll
And
start
get an
probably
update.
in
Get an
September.
update on
it.
Get an
Update on
update and really push, update on all your programs, but also to really push for the, letting people know about the memorial.
Love to.
Yeah, and maybe
Love to.
we could
Thank you.
maybe we could get one or a couple of your distinguished student veterans on as well. That would be great too. Never know. We'll have to look into
Absolutely.
that.
Yeah.
on
Yeah,
the society
it's a great
members.
way to promote, hearing straight from their mouths.
Yeah.
I mean, we're going to do our best, very best to promote you. Social media. I mean, that's one of our key areas that
Facebook
that
is
we have.
big. Is big for us, and our show is shared all over the country,
Yep.
which is amazing because you never know. Another administrator at a university in Minnesota might see this and say, "Wow, that's amazing! What a great program!"
Yep.
Maybe we should do something like that. So it's far-reaching.
Well,
for
that was the mission of the show from day one. When I said yes to this, it was to get. There's so many organizations, like we've said, that are out there that do things for veterans. With that being said, if you know of anyone that needs some airtime, get in touch with us.
Okay. Yeah, because we've one of the things in the outreach program is that, just as you mentioned, there's so many veterans organizations that are doing such great work. It's just incredible.
And you use the word networking. I mean, that's what this is
Exactly.
all about. And this is a perfect platform, to get the word out.
That's right.
We've got probably about 2 minutes left, 2.5 minutes left. Is there anything else that you'd like to share?
No, just in reference to the college itself, or the memorial, whatever it might be, that people can obviously get in touch with me at the college if they wish.
Is there a phone number or a website?
There is the Goodwin website. Goodwin College has its own website. You can get on. There'll be numbers there attached, as well as my number at 860-913-2010.
Yeah.
That's 860-913-2010. That'll get you directly into me, and any questions that any veteran may have out there, or anyone about any of the programs, how they want to get involved. I'd be more than welcome to invite them in, show them what we have, sit down and discuss everything we're going through.
There's so many things that you do over there at Goodwin for the veterans. I learned an awful lot tonight.
Me too. I had no idea. It's very interesting.
And any veteran who's out there looking to further their education, I certainly encourage them to. Actually, we're going to give the number again: 860-913-2010. Not bad without the glasses.
Very good.
No,
Look at that.
good.
Look at that. So I mean, it's definitely something worth looking into. So we've got a minute left. 25 minutes went by pretty fast.
Very fast. Yeah.
It was great to have you.
Thank you.
It really was. I hope you enjoyed it.
Very much so.
It's very, very informative, and I'm sure I know the viewers have found that too.
And again, thank you for your service and your continued service to our veterans. Thank you very much.
Thank you for having me.
Craig, with that being said, that's about all the time we have. Once again, I want to thank our guests, which we already have for this evening, and we want to thank the viewers for watching us. It's always a pleasure to have you here. Tell everybody about the Veterans Corner. I'm Chuck Wooden.
And I'm Monique Melanson Hunter.
And good night, and we'll see you next time on the Veterans Corner.